Most players in my region and most tournaments too are still racking the one ball on the spot. So my agenda is never to make the one in the opposite side pocket. In fact, I can't stand when that happens. And that's because now I'm at the mercy of wherever the two ball is, and it could be anywhere. And in the first game I'm going to play in this video, you're going to see exactly that. I accidentally make the one ball in the side, and now I'm at the mercy of where the two ball is. Luckily, I did have a shot on it, but it was not a good shot, and I almost have to cut the cue ball loose in order to get back to center table on the four ball. And because of all that, I'm having a hard time running this rack. It got off to a bad start, and it stayed bad the whole game. In game number 2, I do it right. This is where I want the cue ball. It's relatively where I want the one ball. And on game 3, I do it right. Again, this is what I'm consistently trying to do in a rack of 9 balls.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get.
Let's get right to the point and say you spent, I don't know how many years learning how to play, and now you're finally a runout player. Well, if you didn't include the break and all that practice you did, and in all those matches you did, and you didn't analyze it, you didn't figure it out, and you didn't pinpoint what you need to work on and fix it, all that talent that you now have, that you earned, is going to be virtually worthless because you can't get started on the rack.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with
now you'll beat your share of okay players, but when it comes to the big dogs, and now you're pro level runout player, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck because you can't break and get started consistently the right way every single time you break the balls. In fact, if you don't know what you're doing and you haven't worked on it, you're going to be completely lost in why you're losing a lot of matches that you should be winning because you're better than the person you're playing. It's your break, you gotta fix it. Now, here's what I'm doing with my break. If the cue ball's on the left hand side of the table, the 8 ball is going to be the wing ball. And the 1 ball should come up by the top right hand corner pocket. As for the cue ball, I want it in the center of the table, and this way I have a shot. And there's no telling where the rest of the balls are going to be, but I have a shot on the 1. If I'm breaking from the other side of the table, it's the 3 ball. That's the wing ball. As for the 1 ball, it comes up by the top left-hand corner pocket this time. And again, the cue ball is the center of the table. And again, I don't know, I can't control the rest of the balls as far as I'm concerned. But I have a shot on the 1, and I can get the cue ball anywhere I want for the 2. So in an effort to make 9 ball more difficult for the pros and eliminate that wing ball, they've moved the rack up to put the 9 ball on the spot. And it worked. Say goodbye to the automatic wing ball. It wasn't going anymore, but it didn't take long for the pros to figure out that now the 1 ball was dead in the opposite side pocket. And they all started doing it, and they're all still doing it. And this is typical of the pro players. Those who control the game of pool are always changing the 9-ball rules to make things more difficult to them because they master stuff and they get on and they go monopolize every tournament. So the agenda is to make it hard on the best players in the world. But the best players in the world are always finding a better way to do things. And that's what happens when this is your living. This is all you do. This is all you think about. This is all that concerns you is winning the next tournament. As for the break, they're usually cut breaking and going back into the stack, but actually they have 7 different variations of the break, all depending on where they're racking the 2-ball, because now the agenda is, again, they have to get position on the 2-ball. The 1's automatic. So they'll stay with the cut break and go back into the stack, and they'll tweak it a little bit each time depending on where the 2-ball is. And because of the issue of going back into the stack after the break, this is why you're seeing the pros make so many golden breaks lately, is because they're going back into the stack. So actually, in an effort to make the game more difficult for these guys, they've actually made it easier. Now, you'll see me make the wing ball easily, but I lost control of the cue ball and I accidentally drew it all the way back up the top of the table, and the dreaded 1 ball went in. And now, I'm just lost and completely at the mercy of the 2-ball, and I can't do much with it. It's such a long shot, and it's a difficult shot, and all I can do is put straight top on it and hope for a bounce, which I get off the 6-ball, and I kind of get through the 9-ball and the 5-ball. But this is tough too, and I need to look for the line from the 5s to the pocket, and I need to get on the left side of this line, back down table, and I try to draw back down table, but it was too full of a hit, and I wind up on the rail again. And now I'm actually a little bit on the right side of the line, so I have to go down to the bottom rail with a lot of right hand English, top right. And now I'm still struggling here, and I want to stay on that side of the table, but I want to come back up, and I'm trying to get straight in on the 7-ball. Which I can do, and now I can just roll up a little bit and finally get in line on the 8-ball. Finally, I have the position that I need to get back on the 9. It took all this time, and the whole point is it was all because of that sloppy break. So if you haven't worked on the break and the racks that you do run, you're going to be working too hard. It's going to be too much work, and you're eventually going to give yourself a nervous breakdown because you wind up shooting impossible shots and shooting yourself out of problems, and the whole thing just becomes a train wreck, and you're struggling just to run a rack, a 9-ball. And in game 2, things get a whole lot easier and a whole lot better. And you'll see I make the wing ball, which I believe is the 7-ball hiding over there. And you look at the 1-ball, you see how it's coming up by the corner pocket, top corner. It's usually a little bit closer than that, but that'll do. And I have an easy shot on the 1. Now I can get started. And I underhit that a little bit. That was pretty much the only mishap. So instead of, drawing back or whatever, I have to go around a little bit on the right hand side, and I got a little bit of a roll there off the 5. Yeah, but that's it. And at this point now I can just kind of relax. That 6-ball is bothering me, and the problem with the 6-ball is there's no 7-ball, so I have to get back on the 8 when I shoot the 6. But everything's in line. I kind of come up a little bit short. I want it to be a little bit on the right hand side of the 5-ball so I could just go to the right hand end round, or right hand side round. Yeah. But I have to kind of just trickle it up there, and now it's a matter of holding the cue ball. This is what I'm a little bit worried about here. I know I can make the 6, but can I hold the cue ball on the right hand side of the table on the 8, or do I need to go to the left side? Yeah. So this is it. That's the key shot right there. And I got the position I want. on the 8, but I think I get on the 50-yard line on the 9.
Everything is like a test.
And yeah, I kind of underhit that 1-2 and just kind of poked it without stroking it. But I'm a shot maker, so. But compared to the first game, that was a whole lot easier. Now it gets even easier. Now I can just relax and enjoy beating whoever the hell I'm beating.
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm, I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? 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 Then will you get bored?